It's true. I did sell everything I owned in 2008 and invested in myself. I sold my house, sold everything at a garage sale. And our next guest has a similar story. Welcome now, Faye. How are you?
Good morning. Good.
Good. So we have some mutual friends.
Yes.
I didn't know it till you walked in today to the green room, and I said, hey, and you're like, I know this person, I know that person. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
The other thing we have in common, just like me, you sold it all.
That's it.
And you invested it into me and you.
Yes.
What is that, Faye? What is me and you?
It's a local restaurant in Bethpage where I've lived for, I would say, about over 25 years. And I worked at a country club for the last 15 years of my career before I opened the restaurants, and would go home and would be looking for something to eat or something different or someplace to go out for breakfast, because that's primarily the meal that I get to have with my daughter, who's 10. And there wasn't anything local. So I decided to put a little bit back in the town that I've lived in for a long time. And I opened up in August of 2020, mid-pandemic. So
it's always a good time to start something. When things are really, this is what I've found, at least in my journey. When things are the very bottom, there's no place to go but up. Right? So what better time? Because as things come back, right, you ride that wave. So tell us what's on the menu.
We're primarily breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
It's contemporary American with a twist is what we call our cuisine. So we have a lot of American-based breakfast items, but we also like to pull in from my roots, which are Greek, a little bit of Asian. There's a little bit of everything on the menu, and everybody always finds something. And we run daily specials, and it's a warm, inviting place, and I wanted it to feel like home. When I worked at the club where I was for a very long time, I had my daughter there, and the members knew me by first name. I raised pretty much most of their kids. I'd see them on a daily basis, and I wanted this restaurant to be a place where you walked in and it was like walking into mom's kitchen. And people who come in, I have a lot of regulars, locals, even people who live in further areas on Long Island who love coming in because of the vibe of the restaurant, which is the goal achieved. So
good.
Hopefully if we make a little money, then that would probably make things a little better.
In the restaurant industry, sometimes it's not that easy, right? But your good quality ingredients, the fact that you're putting love into it is going to make all the difference, I believe, for you. Do you have like a dish that's named after your daughter?
No.
Did she ask you?
No.
She's like, hey, how come none of these things are named after me?
None of them are named after Ava. If you look at our logo, the ampersand that I chose is her first initial. And the olive branches signify my heritage from Greece, because my dad and his family grew olive trees on the island of Crete. So I brought a little bit of my whole life into that place. And my mom is there. She'll help on busy days. Ava comes in and does prep, or she'll help me do side work in the morning. And if she's not at school in the morning for a little bit. And it's a good place. A lot of my friends come in. A lot of the members that I served for many years come in and are so proud of me. And it's a good place. It's a good happy ending to a really long career of working for somebody else. And this will be my last stop. Okay. So I plan to stay there for as long as Bethpage will have me. So
that's kind of how I feel too. I'm like, I look at Barbara Walters' career and many other people that have been, talk show hosts over the years. And I was like, I could do this. I love talking to people, just like you probably love being able to serve people in your restaurant, right? There's something about it. And when you find that as an entrepreneur, that's where the sweet spot is. And so this show is really to inspire people. I have people like you on so that inspires somebody at home watching it and saying, wow, if they can do it, I can do it.
I just couldn't see myself looking for another job or working for somebody else. I said, my sister always told me, this is what you've always wanted to do. You used to say this 20 years ago. She says, do it. And like you said, I sold everything I had, cashed out my 401k, and here we are.
There you go. 401k, 10 dozen eggs. It's like you make it work. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Truly, I'm so happy that you're here. I just wanted to shine a light on you. And,
thank you very much.
So tomorrow, are you open for breakfast?
Tuesdays we're closed.
So it's Wednesday and every other day?
Wednesday and every other day. Tuesday's the only day that we're off. It's usually,
you deserve a day off.
a day to catch up.
There
And
you go.
usually I'm at the restaurant on a Tuesday, believe it or not. But
I know, because that's like this place. There's owning
always
a
something to
studio now,
do.
There's always something to do.
looking for a new product or just catching up.
Well, what's your favorite item on the menu? What's your go-to that you're like, I'm in the mood for? What is that?
That's really hard. There's so many. I don't even know
All
where
right,
to
2
start.
eggs over easy, some toast in.
Usually.
Okay.
I could eat pancakes every day, but we're not going to do that.
There.
So
Well, we also decided we realized our birthdays are just like a couple
couple
of days apart.
from each other. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Faye.
you.
Stay tuned for more. We have been living it up right here. If you have a dream, a passion, follow it. Just go for it. I believe in you, and so does Faye. Thanks for watching.